Welcome to another video, and today we are going to do past paper question 2022 for textile clothing and fashion, paper 2. 6 question. Let's go. Question number 1. State the meaning of each of the following terms related to fiber for fabric. And they gave us the first one. It's called microfiber. What are microfiber? Microfiber is a synthetic material typically made from polyester and nylon. So synthetic would be another name for man-made. It's the same thing, all right? And these will be examples of some man-made material. 2 marks. The next part asks us to define simple yarn. What are simple yarns? Simple yarns are smooth and uniform strands of material used in textile production. 2 marks. Next question. Outline one reason why textiles are important material. One reason why textiles are important material is because they are used to make clothing which promote body from weather condition and provide comfort. And that's 2 marks, all right? Next question. They gave us a image, so carefully study this image and then answer the question. So if we look at the image, you will see some natural fiber coming on, all right? So name one fabric that is made from the yarn in figure 1 that is suitable for making drapes. So you can choose cotton or wool or linen. So that would be 1 mark. So you just choose any of those natural fiber. All right, give us one reason. They ask why you choose. So if I choose cotton, I will say it is durable and it contains a lot of comfort. 1 mark as well. Let's go to this next question. 4 marks. Explain 2 advantages of the use of blended fiber in yarn construction. And blended fiber is when you have 2 or more fabric mixed together. I'm going to divert a little bit. So I don't know if you look at your clothing that you purchase, and sometimes you look at the tag and you'll see 90% cotton and 10% polyester. So those are blended fabric, all right? So give you an understanding of what we call blended fabric or fibers. All right. So they asked 2 advantages. 1, to improve the strength and durability. And they asked us to explain. So we are going to explain the strength and durability. All right. So blending fiber can make yarn stronger and more resistant to wear and tear, increasing the lifespan of the fabric. Another point we can say is enhance comfort and appearance. So we can explain blended fiber can combine the softness of one fiber with the wrinkle resistance or stretch of another, making the fabric more comfortable and attractive. And that's value 4 marks. The next question they gave us a scenario. You say Deborah requires surgery to replace a badly damaged kidney. Suggest with a reason one way in which the use of the following medical textile could be used in her treatment of recovery. And they have non-implantable material. So I'll give you 2 response. 1, non-implantable material such as wound dressing could be used to cover and protect the surgical site after kidney surgery, and this helps to prevent infection and promote healing during Deborah's recovery. Or you can choose this next response. It said this is critical because it provides a barrier against microorganisms and reduce the risk of post-operative complication. 2 marks. You can choose anyone or write it in your own words, all right? Right, implantable material, and this is another one. This material are designed to be a non-toxic and work with the body natural resources, all right? So this would be another response that you will have. All right, 2 marks. Let's go to number 2. State the meaning of each of the following terms related to the color and give one example in each case. All right, so you will be another name for color. So when person is doing textile clothing and fashion, instead of you saying the word color, you just say you. And give an example. I didn't write an example here, but one of the example of you will be a color, and a color will be red. That would be a color. All right. Next, intensity. Intensity refers to the brightness and dullness of a color. So, for instance, when we're talking about you want to make burgundy and you want to make pink. All right. So, if you want to make it pink, then you will add white to the red, you get pink. If you want to allow it to get duller, then you put black to that same red and you get burgundy. So it's called intensity, depending on the brightness and the dullness of that particular color that you want. All right. The next one say value. So in value, textile and fashion, value refer to the lightness and darkness of the color, similar to intensity, right? It indicates how much white or how much black you mix that particular color. Eye color, um, uh, IU color is light with a little yellow or a light gray, and a low value color is dark when you have navy blue or deep burgundy. All right, so those will be the examples, 2 marks. Next question. A class activity requires students to dye cotton fabric using different dyes and dyes technique. Students were provided with the following. All right, the question say, suggest 2 of the raw material that we use that will create a color color orange. So I will choose turmeric and onion from the list that is here. All right. So they ask us to choose. So you choose, I will choose turmeric and onion. That will be the response here. I'm just explaining why I choose turmeric and onion, right? So to create the color orange, 2 raw material will be used. Turmeric and onion skin. So turmeric yield a bright yellow hue, and hue will be color as you know, while onion skin are produce shade, ringing shade from the yellow to brown or orange. Combining these two will result in the orange color. So when you combine the turmeric and onion, and that's 2 marks. All right, the question say, give one reason. I gave you 3. So give one reason why we use mordant. And mordant is like, like you're dyeing something and you put salt. Salt will be a mordant as well. Or you put vinegar, that will be a mordant, right? So they say, give us one reason why you use a mordant. With respect to helping the dye to be permanent. So a mordant is necessary because it helps the natural dye bond permanently to the fabric. Or we can say the mordant create a chemical link between the dye molecule and the fiber of the fabric. Or we can say this prevent the dye from washing out easily and improve the color of that particular dye. 2 marks. Nancy has a skirt which is easily soiled. Describe how the fabric finish could be used to reduce the problem experienced. All right. To reduce the problem of Nancy's skirt to becoming easily soiled, she could consider applying a stain-resistant finish to the fabric. Or this type of fabric could help to repel stain, making it easy to clean, and the fabric and preventing stain from getting in 2 marks. So you can choose any one of those response. Next question. Amy is trying to explain to her younger sister that batik and tie-dye techniques as option for applying color and design to dress for our fashion collection. Explain one similarity and one difference between the two techniques regarding explain one similarity and one difference between the two techniques regarding the application of the color of the fabric. All right. So similarity. Both batik and tie-dyeing technique involve dyeing fabric to create pattern and design. What is the difference? The main difference lies in the method of applying the dye. Because when you're doing batik and when you're doing tie-dyeing, you're different method in applying the dye to the fabric. So that will be one of the difference. All right. Next question. The use of pressing equipment is essential during garment construction. Identify 3 pieces of pressing equipment other than clothes iron and give function of each. Identify each, all right? So the first one we are going to choose is pressing M. What is the function of pressing M? It helps to maintain the shape of the fabric without causing ease in inappropriate area. Another equipment we can have is a tailor clipper. All right. So this helps to set ease and create shape, crisp, crisp fold, especially on difficult fabric. Next, we have the steam press. What is the function? It is often used for pressing large area like skirt or pants and to help to remove wrinkle efficiently while preserving the fabric texture. And that's 6 marks. Next question. Andrew, who is single, is about to move into a one-bedroom apartment. He needs to purchase a washing machine for a small laundry area. Briefly discuss 2 factors Andrew could consider when selecting the washing machine for his home. One, you have to talk about the size and capacity because it's a very small area, as was mentioned. So a smaller capacity machine will be more efficient for his need while saving space. And next point, energy efficiency. Machines that use less water and energy are also better for the environment, all right? Because he's single, he's moving alone. Next question. Explain 3 reasons why detergent is better than soap when washing every soil clothing. 1, effective in hard water. So detergent do not react with minerals in hard water like calcium and magnesium, which mean they don't form scum and remain effective in cleaning. Uh, and hard water in this case means that the water don't have any detergent, so it's hard. When you put detergent into the water, then it gets soft. I know it sounds away, but it's a reality. All right. Target stain removal, that's really another one. So this target approach make them more effective in on every soil cloth compared to soap, which rely on simple chemical reaction. And the next point, lower sign, this helps to lift dirt from the clothing, resulting into a more thorough clean. Next question, question number 4. Identify 2 management processes other than planning, which could be identify 2 management principles other than planning, which could be used while working with others. And you know the management processing principle, we have planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So I'm going to choose 2 from this, organizing and leading. Organizing involves arranging resources and tasks in a structured way to achieve the goals set during the planning phase. And leading refers to the process of motivating, directing, and influencing people to work towards achieving an organization goal. 4 marks. Next question. John has difficulty getting his children to work together on a soft furnishing project because the oldest child refuses to accept suggestion from her siblings. Explain 2 strategies that could be used in order to resolve the conflict among the children. All right. 1, encourage open communication. And we can explain. He said we need to explain. So John should create a space where each child feel comfortable expressing their ideas and suggestion. Another one will be promote teamwork through role assignment. So John could assign specific role or responsibility to each child based on their strengths or interests. This will help ensure that everyone feel involved and valued in that process. Next question. It's a career day at school and a 5th year student had been asked to do a presentation to younger students on careers in the clothing industry. Explain 2 roles of careers in the clothing industry and do not involve the use of a sewing machine. All right, so fashion designer. All right, so fashion designer create new clothing and accessory design. They are responsible for sketching, choosing fabric, and deciding on color scheme and pattern. While they may oversee production processes, their main focus is on the creative aspect, which doesn't necessarily involve using a sewing machine. All right. Another one will be a textile technologist. Right. So a textile technologist focus on the property and performance of the fabric, ensuring they meet the required standard for use in clothing. This may conduct no, they may conduct research on new material or improve existing one, but they typically work with fabric developing and testing rather than hands-on or using the sewing machine. Okay? So let's go to the next question. Question number 5. We're almost there. Identify two rights of a consumer other than to seek redress. One, the right to be informed, and two, the right to choose. 2 marks. Another question. So this is the next question. So bought some fabric, and when he got home, he discovered that they were damaged. So describe 2 procedures. All right. Contact the seller, escalate to Consumer Protection Agency. 4 marks. Next question. Jamil's mother refurbished the family room by upholstering the sofa with midnight blue fabric and installing a big navy blue rug with a large pattern on the floor. When Jamel returned home, he was not in agreement with the color and pattern used in the room. Discuss 2 factors which Jamel's mother could have considered when refurbishing the family room in order to avoid any displeasure. All right, 1, personal preference and comfort. So, 1, people have different reaction to certain color and pattern. It's essential to communicate and get feedback on the preference before committing to design choices, as what work for one person may not work for another. Understanding Jamel's personal taste and preference in color scheme and pattern could help avoid dissatisfaction. Any of those 2 response can be given. The next one, harmony, color harmony and contrast, and we know the color wheel, so we know what color works together. So when choosing fabric and rug, consider color harmony is important. A room with a simple shade of blue, like midnight blue on the sofa and navy blue on the rug, might feel too crowded or heavy, right? So incorporating contrasting or complementary color can create a balanced, aesthetically pleasing environment that appeals to all the family member. 6 marks. An interior decorator is required to make a window treatment and matching table mat for a kitchen. Suggest 1 suitable fabric finish that could be considered when choosing the fabric. So we can use a stain-resistant finish. That will be 1 mark. State 1 reason for your choice of your selection. Right, the reason for choosing a stain-resistant finish is that it helps to protect the fabric from spills and stain, which is especially important in kitchen. This finish ensures the fabric remain clean and durable, even with frequent use and exposure to food and liquid. All right, so this is actually the window that they gave us, and they say on the diagram figure 2, sketch a design of a suitable window treatment that could be used. And here they give us a window, and the window treatment could be a blind. You could draw a blind over this section. I'm unable to write on the PDF document, but you could draw a blind, and that would be a window treatment. Or you can do a curtain and tie it to a small curtain, similar to a valance, and then you can just make a design, and that's only 2 marks. All right, next question. Question number 6 is the final question. Define the term pattern as it relates to the principle of design. So pattern can be created by using shape, color, texture, or line, and are used to add visual interest and structure to the design of a product, such as a fabric, clothing, and interior. 2 marks. All right, so they gave us a table here, and we are supposed to put in where it actually falls. So using the table below, clarify each of the following pattern drafting tool into their function. So they gave us French curve, tracing wheel, all of these. So you'll put what is required for each section here, and tracing wheel, that will be marking, and shaping, French curve. So these are the two responses: two responses for marking, two responses for shaping. All right, 4 marks. All right, so this is a question, and Annette is 5 feet 10 inches, and she has the following body measurement. So the bust is 33 inches, the waist is 23 inches, and the hip is 33 inches. In the box provided, sketch a pair of pants for Annie to show the line and the design and enhance our figure shape. So we just need to draw a pants, and we are going to show our figure here. All right. So this is the figure that we have. This will be a sketch. This will be a sketch of the pants, and this will show you the different line and design of the different measurement that they asked. All right, so I hope this gives you a good view. So you can do something similar to this, and then you'll get that particular mark. All right, let's go to the next question. Made a tailor skirt for a friend, but it was 2 inches tight at the waist when fitted. Prepare a list of instructions to assist Marley in altering the pants for remarking the skirt. At least 4 steps would be identified. So mark the waistline of the pattern, that's one. Add extra width to the side seam, and check the dart placement, and recheck the total waist measurement before sewing. All right, 4 marks. J teachers indicated at the Clothing and Textile Laboratory. J teacher indicated that the Clothing and Textile Laboratory will be inspected next week to determine if it meets the health and safety standard. Suggest 2 guidelines that should be followed to ensure the lab meet the standard of the health and safety. Give 1 justification for each. Guideline: maintain a clean and organized workplace. How can we justify that? This includes regular cleaning work surfaces, proper storing material and equipment, and ensuring clear pathway. Another guideline: ensure proper handling and storage of chemical and material. What are the justification? All chemical and material used in the lab should be clearly labeled with their names and hazard warning. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you learned something today. All the best in your exam. All the best in your exam. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.